Hey everybody, how we all doing? Excellent, glad to hear it. Today we're going to replace the right hand hub bearing on this 2012 Polaris 400 HO. You've already seen the replacement of the rear. Today we're going to do the front. So let's get started, shall we? Of course, first thing you do, pop your little cap off. I don't know if anybody's really paid attention to these cotter key setups, but I personally don't like them. I don't like how they just double them over and bend them that way. I'm sorry, it's a little pet peeve of mine. It's a little bit. You get the cotter key out, and that's what we're going to do first. We're going to go after all the cotter keys first. We got one there. We have that one up there. Just bend around. I don't like that they're long either. And I'll explain it in a little while. I just don't like them. Okay. There's two. Then we have the other one down here at the bottom of the ball joint. Notice that we have nut and bolt up here for the steering, a nut for the hub, and a nut for the lower ball joint. Okay? Or A-arm connecting to the ball joint. There you go. And then we'll have, of course, two bolts that hold on the caliper. So let's get started, shall we? The bottom nut that holds the A-arm to the bottom of the strut through the ball joint, it is a 14 millimeter or 9/16. And we're going to cheap. Okay. Take that, put that off to the side. Switch up gears here. Now the top for your steering is going to be 5/8 or 15 millimeter. Okay. So grab that. I'm gonna miss the wrench. Okay. When taking this off, be mindful you have a washer and a nut in the bottom, you have a bolt on top, and you have a washer that sits inside of the strut right there, okay? Right there, okay? So that sits right there. So go ahead, take all that, put that off to the side. And it's a good time right now to check and see if your steering linkage has got issues. Okay? Which is a 1/2 inch or 13 millimeter for your caliper. Okay? Okay, I got those. You'll notice that they come with a flat washer and a lock washer for both. Both are interchangeable, so you are okay there. And that you got your hardware off to the side. You've got pretty much everything broken out. Let's take Mr. Nasty caliper off. Now, let's go ahead and take off the hub nut. Same kind of scenario that we did on the rear. And we got nuts on there, kind of like what we did on the rear. Alright, so then you just bring this back where it starts to line it up a little bit, where it's a little bit easier to work with. Okay. you, like I said, you want this, and then you also need to pay very clear attention to it so that when you are putting such a force on it, that it doesn't shoot this out and hit you. Okay, so a little force on there. Pop loose. Presto. And we got the nut out. Now, tells you a lot about that boot though. It's brand new looking almost. Like factory. Put that off the side. Take that off. Work that out. Sorry, I have to be careful. Look at my finger. It's pretty, ain't it? Yeah, putting in the bearing on the other side, I smashed it. Okay, we got that off to the side. This T25. And take out the front shield. Everybody has their own way of disconnecting the bottom A-arm. Some pull it, some do it, you know, what have you. I take a nice little piece of 4x4 and I hit it 2 times right here, and presto, it's done. No fuss, no muss. And I didn't even spray any stuff up in here, but oof, that ball joint feels like crap. Alright, now your assembly is loose. Be mindful of your shaft. Push her over. Do your best Hulk Hogan imitation. Okay. Or Randy the Macho Man, or Diamond Dallas Page, I prefer. You know, for you wrestling guys. Okay. So now you go ahead, put that off to the side, because you're not going to need it anytime soon. Now we go after the retainer. C-clip, E-clips. No, it's not an E-clip. But we go after that. Work it a couple times. Get all that gunk and crap out. Spin it. Do that. I like to snap them every once in a while, just so that makes sure that they're broke free. And we're out. Now on this setup, what we're going to have to do is go a little bit of reverse. Instead of the cup actually this going inside the bearing, we're going to have to pull from the back. So when you do this, you have to be very, very careful. Be mindful of what you're doing. Right now we're just going to go ahead and get that lined up. Now we got that there. And always make sure that your tools are always dirty and extra gritty, just for that pure fun of, well, it's a pain. Now that you got your tool pressed and ready to go, or ready to press, the best thing I also know to do, what I do is come back for stability. Just slowly slide the A-arm back up here. Put the nut back on. Now that you got it all set up, you're ready to go and break that. Here's what I also like to do. I like to come back here for added insurance for front to back. And you don't have to put all the washers in, because all this is going to do, you can put your washers off this side. And all this is going to do, just hold it there. Take your caliper, just put it back there for a minute, and while you're doing this. And if caliper, and what you can do so it's out of the way is you can zip it to the tie rod. Now it's out of pressing, and you've got access. Okay? And I know what you're gonna say. I already know what's coming. But Travis, you're gonna break your... Yes, I know. I'm gonna break it towards my face. I showed you my finger, right? Yeah. But being as I got this pretty much, I know where I'm at. I'm okay with it. Alright, now that we got everything all cleared up and ready to go, it's time to install the bearing. I'm using FKG's UK bearing, made in China. Of course, why not? So, get your nice little bearing, it's in this nice little bag. Now, have the A-arm connected and the tie rod, the tie rod and the A-arm both connected. This will give you the support. When you go to put this one in, it's about like the back one, but this one actually on the other side went in fairly easy. I didn't freeze it. I just went ahead and did the old-fashioned, we're going to do it normal. I didn't heat this up or any of that. So just wanted to show that if you had to put it in there, you'd be good to go. Okay, nothing special. It's covered in its own little oil. Of course, we like to get creative. Put a little oil in here. Swish it around. Helps keep it all lubed up and clean. Find its sweet spot. That's the nice thing, now you're horizontal, so when you go to do this, you'll have less likely chances of anything going wacko. So, this is my cut again, off my kit, and we're going to do this gently due to the fact that that ugly finger I'll show you in a picture is what happened. So. And we are done. Go through, make sure there's nothing, make sure the seal's not pushed out. Do the same thing on the other side, make sure your seal's not pushed out. And have fun with the pliers. There you go. Alright, here we go. Dock that down. Now we got everything all clean, lubed, and happy. Do your little inspection of your front end, then you realize you got a problem. And I'm going to show you that problem. And it's a pain in the ass. Okay? So go ahead and take Mr. Shaft after you lubed him up so good. Okay. There you go. Make sure it stays. Make sure your cup hasn't popped out. Okay. Now you come up here. Loosen up that. Let it fall, I guess. Don't forget you have two washers, the upper and lower, both the same size. So if you spin them out, don't worry about it. Make sure you get enough grease all over you. Okay. Definitely want to, before you get real creative, you want to definitely make sure you clean your threads off. But we'll do all that before the torque process. When you're getting your threads clean, put that there. And you're going to notice we're going to leave that alone. Okay, so now you got that all lubed up and squiffy. Get it started. Wiggle it, jiggle it. Find the sweet spot. Okay. Spin off your excess grease. Take your magic nut. Okay. Takes Mr. Caliper. I'm not going to torque it in front of you, but I am going to tell you what the specs are per the service manual. Okay. The big nut, your hub nut, is 60 foot-pounds, 720 inch-pounds. The calipers are 18 foot-pounds or 260 inch-pounds. The steering is going to be 480 to 540. Remember, it gets a cotter key, and then your A-arm. Your A-arm is going to be 25 to 30 foot-pounds or 300 and 360 inch-pounds, and it gets a cotter key. So, in closing, cotter key, cotter key, cotter key, the bottom. Okay. Hope this video has helped you. If you got any questions or anything, feel free to ask. This is Trav, and as usual, have a great day and take care of each other.